How's it going? This is Jaron Melvin with Christ Gang Customs. Here I'm going to be showing you guys the basics on how to do a custom shoe. In this lesson, we'll be going through the basics on how to prep your shoes, how to come up with your design, and ultimately how to seal your paint so that you don't have to worry about any cracking or scuffs, what materials to use, and this will just be doing a basic type of custom. In further videos, I'll be going through certain techniques that you can use to add some more flair to your shoes, such as how to do lightning and how to use your airbrush and fade and blend and things of that nature, what type of texture stencils you can use, all of that. So just stay tuned. So starting off, you're going to need the shoes, of course. You're going to need acetone, your paint brushes, and the paints. I use Angelus. I know some people use Jacquard. Those are two good brands. You'll need some electrical tape or some masking tape. You'll need cotton balls to go with the acetone and maybe some Q-tips. And it's optional for a silhouette and a heat gun. But here you're going to see that the first step is to remove the laces, and then you want to begin your prepping process, which will begin with putting acetone onto the cotton balls and then using a circular motion going across all the areas you plan on painting. And I like to go over it twice to make sure you got the initial protective coat. If you want to go over them more than twice, feel free. And the more you do, the better your prep work will be. Then you want to move on to taping off any areas that you don't want paint to touch. Now, if you have the hands of a surgeon, it's not necessary, but I always recommend using tape anyway, just an added measure of protection, just so you can keep your design clean. I also recommend using electrical tape over using masking tape, just because masking tape leaves residue, and electrical tape is a little more flexible around the edges. Next, after you complete your prepping work, you're going to move on to the design and painting of your shoes. That's the fun part. We're doing Ben 10 customs, so I'm doing it based off his outfit, which is white, black, and green. I'm also going to be adding the Ben 10 logo and the Cartoon Network logo on the side. In future videos, I will show a more detailed way of coming up with your design and adding more details to it depending on your motivation. So I'm starting off making the green swoosh. You're seeing me put down white, and when you have a darker color initially on the shoe, you want to cover it with white or a light gray so that when you put the color that you want, such as the green, on, it will pop, because otherwise it'll look kind of dark and gloomy and the color won't show as well. As you're painting, make sure you use light and even coats and give yourself time to dry. That's why having a heat gun, it speeds up the process, but it's not mandatory. If you want, you can just wait, give it about 15 minutes and it should dry just fine. But if you want to have a quick dry, having a heat gun on hand is definitely handy. Now I'm going over the swoosh with the green. Again, light coats. Just a little bit about me. My name is Jaron. I'm a sneaker artist in Dallas area. I've been painting shoes since COVID. When I first started doing this, I had no idea what I was doing, and I was using spray paint and everything else, and I had to learn through trial and error. So hopefully this guy can help you guys expedite the process of learning how to do this. I'm not sure if there's comments below this, but if there is, if you want to comment on what got you into this and why you want to learn how to customize shoes, I'd be interested to hear. Here I'm going to start putting down the black, and I'm going to work my way through the entire shoe. Also, if there's any questions that you have in regards to doing certain things, like certain techniques that you want to see or certain things about it that you want to learn, please notify me. If you can comment, if you can message me, and I'll try to make a video for it so I can answer all you guys' questions and help you guys through the process. But also, I do recommend, especially if you're planning on making this a business, to get a silhouette or a cameo silhouette or a cricket so that you can make your own stencils. You can buy them off of people, I believe, like on Etsy, but eventually you just want to be able to have the flexibility to create them yourself and the measurements that you need, because that's what I'll be using later on in the video with the logos. That was a silhouette cameo, and it cut out my Cartoon Network logo that you're seeing now and the Ben 10 logo that you're going to be seeing. And then when you put them down, you're going to want to heat set them so that you don't have any bleed through with the paint. And then you want to light coat with if you have an airbrush, you can use your airbrush, but you do not need one. You can do this by hand, just use light coats as well. I just like the airbrush. And heat set between every coat. I also recommend investing in transfer tape. It just makes putting down the stencils easier. And as you can see through the peel off, sometimes unfortunately the stencil does yank some paint off, so make sure you keep whatever paint you used on hand. Do not chuck it away, so you can at least do some cover-up work and fix the issues, because it'll look just like new afterwards. I didn't like the logo on the front, so I'm going to remove that. And as you can see, I did have some bleed through on one of the paint, so I just put some acetone on the Q-tip, circular motions, and it's like it never even happened. So this is what it looks like. And now I'm gonna cover that logo. It's just an eyesore for me. Don't be afraid to make corrections if you don't like the design. But one thing you can do to make it look more factory finish is make sure you do your edges. I like to use matte finish, and then you just go light coat over your shoes, and then they look just like they came out the factory. And here you go. I appreciate you guys sticking through this video with me, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. And definitely let me know what you want to see next or in the future, but the next video I'll be doing more airbrushing.